Buddy, give me a second. I just started using Steam Labs again, and for some reason it's not showing my damn game, because that would be too much. Let's see here. This is very different from what I'm used to. This is very different. Don't show that. Wow. It's really not showing it, huh? Alright, well that's fine. That's the way it's gonna be. Just do it this way. Boom. 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 That's not right. It's way too big. Boom. There we go. Hello. How's it going? Put you down here. Neat. Alright. So I hope this is coming through okay. I don't know what the connection quality is going to look like exactly. I guess I can take a look here. It's hard to say, honestly. If it's a little janky or anything like that, please let me know. We can work on settings. That's half the reason that we're doing this, is I want to make sure my settings are looking good. But we're just gonna kind of bust through some Palace solo testing. No one's on, no actions are up. Everyone's been very nice. I don't really need any actions on, so I'm not gonna turn any on. I did get to through 1 through 10 earlier. We're running as machinist, so that's fun. Gonna try to learn how to kite. Try to learn how to do some other stuff. I love Palace. I've done a bunch of Palace. I've never really done a whole lot of solo Palace. I think I've dithered with it once or twice, like in the last year or two, but I never really gave it that good old college try. You know what I mean? So, so we're gonna do it now. I expect to fail a lot, but we're gonna figure this out, and we'll do what we can. All right. Does my FPS seem a little? Wait a second. No, I'm still running pretty high FPS. Seems okay to me. Just try and kite this dude a little bit. I would hope that your previous 11 experience would help you along here. I don't know how much kiting was in 11, because that was very menu/macro based, right? My experience with 11 was extremely short. I think I played to like level 10 on one class, but it all seems a little janky to me. That's unfair to people who really love that game, but that's just what my experience of it was. Very much beloved, and I'm not going to sit here and insult it, I'll say that much. Purity is fine. So I'm really just trying to use these early floors to kind of... Ooh, Palace Bidding. Learn what I'm doing while leveling. It's not like I've never played Machinist before, but Palace is a whole nother bag, right? Couldn't go too far without aggroing more. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't... Did they really have, like, the giant... Well, I guess I was going to say giant mob pools, but we're not really going to be doing that in here either, right? Fair enough. Everything I've ever read about 11 has been really positive. My experiences aside, 11 seems to be pretty good. It's a way to wipe other parties so they didn't get you mobbed. Oh, if you're an asshole. Yeah, I know kiting was a big part of World of Warcraft for a lot of different stuff at one point. I never really learned how to do it there either. It didn't help that I was always playing, like, Druid or something where I never felt that curious. Moylan in the Marble Tree, how you doing, man? Thanks for dropping by and watching me completely suck at content that I'm pretty sure everyone else has mastered by now. Alright, let's full lust. We're not gonna bother with the lust, probably. I actually have a pretty low opinion on lust pomanders in general, but especially when soloing, I'm not too interested. Analysis paralysis. Okay, you maxed out white and black mage. Jesus. Yeah, I remember doing a lot of reading at one point. I mean, I never got into the loop of that game. I was always, you know, for better or worse, I was always a Warcraft baby, right? That was what I spent most of my time on. But for better or worse, everything I read about that, it's a big grind. Losing XP on death, losing levels if you lose enough XP, and then just kind of the general clunkiness of the UI, right? It just kind of turned me off. Again, nothing but respect for that game and the people who enjoyed it. But it just wasn't for me, right? Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Sometimes you just don't click with a game, right? Witcher 3 is one of the most proudly rated and beloved open-world RPG games of all time. Everyone loves it. There's constantly streams of it. People play that game until they're blue in the face. And I'll be damned if I've never gotten more than like 15 minutes into it and I'm just like, I gotta go do something else. I don't think it's ADD. It could be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I just can't do it. Something about that game just has never clicked with me. Yeah, same, man. I could not get into Witcher 3. I keep wanting to go back and try it, because I do have it, right? Like, I own it. I might as well play the damn thing sometime. My very good friend, thanks for the tea, who is my co-FC leader. She loves that game. I don't think she's finished it, but I know she's played a good bit of it. She likes it a lot. It's weird. It's not the aesthetic. Like, the aesthetic is absolutely something I would like. The main character is a little too, what if Dirty Harry was in a fantasy world for me? But, like, that's forgivable. I don't give a shit. Different characters are different. Yeah, Far Cry 5 is one that... I know, dude, didn't Malakim play Far Cry 5 a lot? I know he enjoyed that one. That's another one that I just haven't gotten into. I played a lot of Far Cry 2, and I played most of, if not all of Far Cry 3, and I just haven't gotten into any of the other ones, but since then it's, what, 4, 5, and, what was that? What was the one where you were playing, like, prehistoric Far Cry? I cannot remember for the life of me. I could get into some Far Cry 5, though. Alright, you're done. Didn't really fun. Primal! That's what it was. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Far Cry Primal. That's how good that game was. I totally remember the name of it, right? Blood Dragon. Blood Dragon was that DLC standalone, right? That had that kind of 80s retro... What's that movie I'm trying to think of? But yeah. That kind of 80s retro hoo-ah kind of style of things. I liked the look of that one. That one actually looked really cool. Maybe I should try the Far Cry series again. I don't know what turned me off. I think I didn't really care for the looks of like Far Cry 4. And also, I don't know, I just kind of got out of playing quote-unquote first-person shooters by myself or with others after a while. It's not that I don't like them, I find it hard to kind of stick with them. It's a damn shame, because there's so many good ones out there. Collect some VHS tapes. That sounds like, gang some goons and collect some VHS tapes sounds like Hotline Miami. And Hotline Miami I absolutely got into. Never played the second one, but something about Hotline Miami I really enjoyed. You know, subject matter of that game aside, there was something very, very Twitch skill satisfying. So you can play anymore that or Grand Strategy. I like Grand Strategy games. It takes a really special one to really grab me for very long. Like, I could never get into the Total War series, right? I tried. I especially wanted to when Total War 3 Kingdoms came out, but then that game was just kind of meh to begin with. But I love me some Civ. I'll play some Civ pretty much whenever. Stellaris has been really good, too. Stellaris isn't a game, though. Stellaris is a commitment. Like, you're married to Stellaris. Alright, floor 14. We're maxed out on... I need to stop opening those. We can just wait to heal up. Yeah, Stellaris is a lifestyle. I love people who love... You can tell people who love Stellaris, right? I've got a bunch of friends who play Stellaris. Lovely group of people. They've tried to include me on it, and I do enjoy the game. I just haven't been able to play it as much recently. And when they start talking, oh my god. It sounds like you're in an actual, like, Bachelor of Arts masterclass in college. Yes, well, when the android lords did come into my realm, they were struck down by the nanite hordes. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah, I mean, look, I love Stellaris. If Stellaris is your main game, like, quote-unquote main game, you're a better man than I am, or person, or whatever. You're a better person than I am. 100%. I cannot. I don't think I could dedicate all my brain power to that and still, like, hold a job. It's just too much processing power for me. Alright, got a clean shot, so we've got our 3-shot combo now. We still don't have the only thing that makes Machinist the best class in the game, which is firing hot drills. I'm kidding, they're better at other stuff, but... Man, we don't get drill until 58, huh? And we're not doing a very good job at kiting, are we? Well, I'm kind of taking this hard and fast, too, to be honest. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're unemployed. It sucks. Unemployment is a shitty situation nowadays. I'm sorry for anybody who has to deal with it, frankly. I wish you luck in your assumed job search and hope you find something soon. Alright, we're full up on intuition, so we can start popping those next time we find one. Happy about that. Sorry, I may need you to die for me. Thank you. Are we going to fight literally everything? No. But I do want to get ahead on level. Again, I wanna practice kiting to a degree. Yeah, always feel free to pop into my stream uninvited. I have no problem with that. It's infinitely easier holding a conversation with somebody here than it is to hold one with yourself. Not that I've never held a conversation with myself, but like the people in the bank start looking at you weird, and you just kind of get tired of that after a while. Like, don't judge me. I'm talking to myself. No one invited you to this conversation, right? God, how long has it been? No, I was about to say, how long has it been since I've been to a bank? It was before the pandemic hit. No, I went to the bank like 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? I've been to the bank semi-recently, so I can't really make that anecdote in good faith anymore. I have no doubt this is going to take freaking forever. It really is a social construct, though. I will agree with it being meaningless. It's been better recently, but I remember at the beginning of all of this going down, and I don't want to, like, turn into, like, a huge, let's have a pandemic speech, but we'll go a little bit into it. I felt like every day was just running into each other, especially with work, right? Because people still weren't used to what our new schedules were going to be working from home. I'm not going to say businesses were taking advantage of us working from home or anything, but man, it sure felt like they sure had no problem giving us extra work or us being on for like 12 hours a day, right? And I mean, there were days, and there's still days now, where I feel like I get on, I start work, and then I'm just doing that. And then I go to bed. Alright, we're going to pop sprint here. I need to remember that sprint is a thing, and I'm allowed to use it. Time of illusion, lunchtime, doubly so. Oh, yeah, I died. What did I... Oh, no, the slimes! The slimes explode! I forgot the slimes explode. Ah! Okay, that's fine. We weren't that far anyways. Everything blends together. Yeah, everything blends together. So, some days I feel like I log in and log out, and I've worked like 13 hours, and I probably have. And then other days I feel like I've worked forever and I've worked like 4 hours and I'm like, eh, fuck it, that's enough at this point, right? Alright, so I need to remember, I need to focus the slimes down whenever I find them. I forgot about that. That's a really bad way to learn about that. But that was kind of a shitty floor anyways, right? We accidentally popped a whole bunch of garbage. Yeah, they can't easily police you on it. I feel like I'm lucky to actually work for a business. I don't know if other businesses are actually doing this, but I feel lucky to work for a business that's not, like, hyper-monitoring our online time or screen time or stuff like that, or making sure, oh... I guarantee you there are companies out there right now... Oh yeah, we're level 1 again. I don't have my two piece. I guarantee you there are some companies out there right now that have, like, eye-tracking software or some shit. You worked for one? Sorry to hear that. BS, man. It's B to the S. Fucking mouse. Alright. Ah. There's a fly attacking me. See, I don't agree that every single minute had to be accounted for tax purposes. That seems crazy to me. Yeah, that's Big Brother shit, absolutely. Like, if you can't trust that I'm at least halfway doing my work all day, then we probably have bigger problems anyways. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I've been, like, Captain Diligence and at all times and, like, eyes glued to the screen doing work the entire time, but also, like, find something that I was supposed to do that hasn't gotten done. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta have some kind of trust in your employees. If your employees aren't doing their job, it's gonna show on your results, and then you can get mad at people, right? Yeah, if I finish my task for the day, I consider myself done. Like, I may go find some other stuff to do if I know it's coming up or something like that, but I'm not gonna stress myself about it. They said something. There was a CEO, I don't remember for what company. There was a CEO that had an interview that I think came out today that said we're looking at the end of the 40-hour work week, which is a relic of the factory age, which it is. It's a relic of the factory age, and that work will get done when it needs to get done. And that'll be it. And I think I also heard something, because we listen to Sirius XM a lot. I don't remember what station it was. It was something Cinca likes. I think it was like, I wanted to say Kiss FM, but Kiss FM is a DFW station. I don't even know if it's still around anymore. But they were talking about the 40-hour work week. They were talking about spreading it out. I think Italy or something like that doesn't really care for it anymore. I was like, I would totally do 4 10-hour days. I would do Monday, Tuesday, give me Wednesday off, give me Thursday, Friday, and that's it. You talk about ancient references, huh? Ancient references. Don't give me this shit. I'm old. Do not call me ancient. I have a complex. I don't have a complex. Yeah, you know, weirdly enough, you would think that sending your employees home an extra day would increase morale, and I'll be damned if that's not true. I'll be damned. I'm willing to work 10 to 12-hour days if it means I get an extra day off. I don't care. I really don't. And don't bring me into the office either. There's no need. I mean, there's definitely no need with my job, right? But analysis, I have a lot of complexes, and if you haven't learned that by now, especially because I know who you are, if you haven't learned that by now, we have a lot of problems. There are 99 of them, and your lack of knowledge about my complexes is not one. Oh, there were 8-hour days. Like 4 8-hour days? See, a 32-hour work week is not that bad. Like, to be completely honest, if you have a full 40 hours of work for me to do every week, there's probably not enough delegation going on, and I'm probably working too hard. Like a full 40 hours? No. No. I can't... Okay, so I used to move furniture for a university, right? And we did more than that. We were the on-call physical plant, basically, for a U.S. university. And we would be on call. Different teams of us would do mail. We would move furniture if people needed to. If people needed something delivered on campus, we would go handle it. Oh, hey, move this couch across campus. Oh, hey, do y'all have some supplies? Can you bring it to us? We did a lot of stuff like that. We would set up fences for football games. We would police the football games sometimes. I was never on one of those teams because I didn't fucking want to. But, you'd be able to go to college football games for free, and some dudes were all on top of that, right? And here's where I'm getting to with that story. It was an 8-hour day, 40-hour week. Sometimes we would have stuff to do on the weekends. We'd come in and get some overtime, right? But even then, we did not have, like, 40 hours a week of work to do. Like, no lie, I don't care, because I haven't done that job in years. There were times where we would do our mail route in the morning, we'd go sleep for an hour. We would just find a nice, quiet spot on campus and go sleep in the back of the damn van. We didn't mess with anything. We did our job, right? We did our job correctly. We busted our ass, and then we went and took a goddamn nap. If you tried to get us to work hard for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, we would have died. Especially during the summer. Oh, hello, dear. My wife, the Mad Hatterbox Ghost, has sent me 3 multicolored hearts. I appreciate those. Don't send me any more, though. You only have like 12 of those a week. I don't want you to blow them all at once, right? Hey, and T's here too. Hello. I was just talking about you the other minute. It was only good things, I promise. I find it weird that, like, my friends from 3 completely different aspects of my life are all in chat right now. I've got work, Aggerath, and Final Fantasy in here, just mixing it up. Yeah, dude, there was a lot of sleeping in that truck, man. And like the bosses would get ticked off if they found us, and finally we were like, "What do you have for us?" And they tried to implement this rule where, like, if we move, because we had radios, right? We had hand radios. Because this was back in, oh Jesus, this was back in 20. I think I worked there from 2006 until 2010, 2011, something like that. Man, it like at one point they were like, "Nope, you're gonna have your radios on you, and if you're moving, you need to call us. And if we haven't heard from you in a while, and we know you don't have work, I mean, you know, they basically implied that we need to be. They wanted to keep track of us, and they needed to keep us moving. And we were like, okay, we'll do it. And like we did it, and we still did whatever we wanted to. It was like, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry." Because we would come back to, they would say, "Oh, if you don't have any work, come on back to the plant. We'll find something for you to do." And we came back so often because we had so little work to do. They were like, "We don't have anything for you." And we looked at them and said, "Well, do you want us sitting around here so that your supervisors see that you don't have anything to do, and all of a sudden you have to let some of us go, and then all of a sudden, whenever you have all that hard shit to do on the weekend, none of us are here anymore? Or maybe you get off our ass." And wouldn't you be surprised, that got a little more lax after a little while. Like, still, we probably shouldn't have been taking naps, right? Like, all it took... We had some good hiding spots, but all it took was, like, a faculty member or a student body or something like that to find us and report us, and it would look really bad, right? Like, we understood that, too. So a lot of the time, one of us was sleeping and one of us was just in the van, just kind of chilling. Or, you know, we'd both just be sitting there talking and gabbing. I miss that job. I miss the dudes I used to work with on that job a lot, actually. But it was good stuff. It was weird. It was really weird. Sorry, had to answer something. Oh, word, my chat disappeared. Alright. T, does the quality look okay? You're normally my quality guru. It seems okay to me, but like if I'm running, I edited my settings a little bit, so we're going kind of high bit rate right now. So if it's kind of choppy, I need to know so I can edit it in real time, hopefully. Then again, you're probably on a mobile phone. You wouldn't know either way. Okay, it looks good. Thanks, Boo. But not actually Boo. Thanks, friend. Gentle platonic friend. Good times. Yeah, I already died once. I got to floor, what, 15, I think, and forgot that the slimes explode. And had to fight like 4 things at once and just died horribly. So, learning experience, I'm relearning that I am not immortal and need to be fucking careful in here. It was really bad. It was kind of embarrassing. I'm glad that only, like, my friends were here to see it. You know, the people who would mock me the most mercilessly about it. Alright. we unlock it? Oh, explosions! Hurts so bad. Sometimes you just can't avoid the explosions in here. You can do everything that you want to and still get hit with explosions. I hate it so much. I only have 200 floors of this. There's no way. Like, let's be honest. I'm gonna do my best. There's no fucking way. I solo up to 200. At least anytime soon. I bet I could attrition it down. I bet I could learn. It's a skill, right? It's muscle memory, it's knowledge, it's a skill. It's like I can't go back into fighting games like I tried to the other day and just win. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Analysis. Appreciate you dropping in. Have you a pleasant day. Come on back sometime if you want. If you want to shoot a follow if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it. Then you'll know when I'm on. If not, hey, your life, man. I understand. Practically at the end already. Yeah, floor 5 of 200. And if I die once, I have to start completely over. We're at the end, basically. I've got, like, 195 more floors to go, so I'm thinking another 20 minutes. Give or take. Or, hear me out, I'm never gonna manage. This is also extremely possible. No, you know what? You know what, Dave, my gentle friend? You're absolutely correct about that. You are not supposed to trust my judgment after that as your dreams. That's how it goes, though, right? That's one of the reasons I'm saying it, right? Every time that I say there's no fucking way I'm gonna do something, like, within 2 episodes, I freaking blow it up. Okay, cool. Thanks for dropping by, T. I'll see you later, maybe... Maybe when you get back, we can do our own palace run that no one seems to want to do anymore, because, oh, one of our members has a life, and that's good for her, actually. I'm glad she's prioritizing that, actually. No, you need to prioritize our fantasy cat girl game over your college life. And if you're not, I'm very ashamed. What do we got? Bats. Bats aren't too bad. The Hornets are a bit of a pain. We have to kill this one. The Hornets, if left alive for too long, will do a final sting that I'm pretty sure if it doesn't kill me, it'll put me pretty far down. Yeah, it's super reasonable, right? It's very reason. Like, I give her shit about it, but I'm very glad that she chose to prioritize that. Because you only get to do college, like, 3-4 times in your life. Depending on how bad you are at it, I guess. There we go. I guess we could have left, but I'll take the extra fee. How many regular potions do I have now? You would think regular potions not very good when I have stuff like super and max potions, but at this level... 100? 120 HP on a 22-second cooldown is pretty damn good. Give me 1 second, just checking something. Flaked after half a time. Okay, I have some... is this the place for, like, my hot takes on stuff? Is Twitch the place for hot takes? Because I feel like I have a hot take about college. Right? But, like, if this is not the place for it, I'll keep my mouth shut. Which is probably, like, what I should do. Alright, you want to hear it? Alright. Do you want the long form explanation or the TLDR? I have both of them. Go for it. That's not one of the options, but I got you. So here's the thing. I went to college. I got a 4-year degree. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It's a degree in something pointless. It's not. So here was my thought process in college. I wanted to do journalism. So I went to college for journalism. My first semester was like all electives. stuff like that. I think my second semester was as well, so maybe going into my sophomore year, I had just done all electives. I hadn't really taken a real journalism class, right? I get in there. I go to my first journalism class. It is fucking not for me. I understand that I'm kind of a chatty dude now. I was a fucking quiet-ass dude who didn't like to bother anybody. I don't like to ask questions. I still don't like to, like, pry into people's business, right? But there's a lot of, I don't know, that thing that all journalists do. They call it interviews and, like, information gathering. Electives are just classes that you have to take no matter what path you're going down in university. So, you know, maybe like a sports elective. Like, if you're not going into a math-heavy profession or degree or anything like that, you may just need to take, like, 1 or 2 math classes, right? Just, you know, generic shit you're gonna take no matter what. And that's what, honestly, that's what a lot of kids do. And if you're doing higher learning and you don't have, like, a set path, or you're not a fucking genius or something, which, I mean, if you are, you're probably not watching me anyways. I'm just kidding. I love all of you. What you really should do is your first year, go, set your path, right? Talk to your guidance counselor, kind of think about what you want to do with yourself to a degree, but do all your electives first. Give yourself some time to grow. Give yourself some time to think. Because I got to that journalism class and I realized I fucking hated the idea, right? Now, at that point, I could switch off to something else. I hadn't really hurt myself that bad, except for kind of having a poor grade in that class because I sucked at it and didn't ever, like, do my assignments because it required me to talk to people, right? The only thing that really hurt was that. I could switch off, and I switched off to history, which, if you're wondering, is really, really good if you're going to be, like, a librarian or a historian or a teacher. And I'm fucking not. I went on to work, in order, as a waiter, customer service representative, a physical plant worker, which I talked about earlier, and now I work in mortgage servicing, which is decidedly a fucking field about math, which I hate. So here's the thing. I've never used that degree. The only time I've ever used that degree is to mark down a checkbox that says, oh, do you have a degree? I've never once used a damn thing I've learned in school. The most I ever got out of college was debt. I can't even say that I learned life lessons, because I feel like the life lessons you learn in college, at least the colleges that I went to, are so coddling that you're not really learning anything. So here's the thing. If you want to go to university, God bless you, do it. I think it's a great idea. I think you need, like, go get that higher learning, yeah? But A, be very careful, and think about what you actually want to do. But also, my personal opinion, at least for me, is unless you're going into a very specialized field that requires it, just whatever. It didn't really have any impact on my life, to be completely honest. I don't know. I guess you could say my hot take is that college isn't really all that in a bag of chips, but it's still for some people, definitely. And I do not want to disillusion anyone into not getting a higher education, especially if they want one. Yeah, no, it's very good for the job search. I'd almost say, like, getting a four-year degree at, like, a community college or something like that could almost be as effective as going to, like, your quote-unquote big-name colleges. But if you're going to learn something, you learn something practical unless you really know what you're going to do. Like, if you want to go into financing, go get your financial degree. That shit will probably... that will write you into at least the bottom floor into pretty much wherever you want to go, right? A bachelor's of financing and you're going into a fucking banking job, I guarantee you they're probably going to look at you before they look at people with 5 years experience. But the problem is, a lot of the time what they want is that experience level, right? You are almost better served using college to get contacts than you are to get that piece of paper, in my opinion. Because contacts is how you get in on the ground floor. I got in on my current job because I knew somebody who was working at the company. I applied, They forwarded my resume with a good word to somebody, and that was it. I had no experience outside of basic call center experience, which it was a call center type job, right? So it's not like I had no experience whatsoever. But do you think they were going to look at me instead of somebody with a similar experience and an actual degree in financing or mortgage service? Do they even have a degree for mortgage servicing? Yeah, I have a BA in mortgage servicing. I guess, yeah. I've definitely seen situations where they care about the paper more than the experience, too. What I'm finding is that I'm completely out of fucking touch with the hiring process now. They have, and a couple of my friends could probably corroborate this because we've seen it before. We've seen applications go up for stuff that, like, is similar to things that we've been doing, except maybe like, more of a managerial position, right? But, like, the general tasks are the same. And I look at it, I'm like, there's no way I'd get hired for this job. I probably could not get hired for the job I'm currently doing. You know what I mean? Like if you look at my work experience outside of me doing that actual job, there's no way I qualify. I don't have the degree, I don't have the training, I don't have the experience. Yeah, it's what half of these freaking jobs come down to. It's like, oh yeah, it's an entry-level position. Must have fucking C++ basic, you know, secret SEAL Team 6 training in the exact subject matter. Must have also worked for the company for 10 years prior to being hired to the company. Also, did you go to Yale? I'm gonna need a piece of paper that said you went to Yale. You didn't have to graduate, but you've at least, like, shown up twice to Yale. The job market is ridiculous. And in a way, I understand where they're coming from, right? Sorry, welcome to the, Kyo talks about the state of the job market stream. I'm sure that's what everyone's here for. But it is, though. It's the state of the goddamn job market. Especially now is a little different, I will say, though. Because, like, people are begging people to come back to work. But the job market is so goddamn competitive now because, like, so many people are out there and there's only so many jobs that they want to take that I think they're going to have to start I was going to say raising the standards. I disagree. They're going to have to start lowering their standards and raising the compensation if they're really going to want people to come into work. There's no offense. I would not want to work, and I know people who work at McDonald's. I'm not dissing anyone who works at McDonald's, okay? A job is a job, and if you're holding it down, God bless you. You're doing your best. I would not want to go work at McDonald's for their current compensation and the current pain-in-the-ass customers I'd have to deal with when there's so much competition for the job. You can hold out for more now. No, I think I'd like $5 more in pay and better benefits and everything else. Well, we're not giving you that. Okay, well, good luck finding an employee then. So right now, you're gonna have a hard time finding somebody. Yeah, everybody wants to hire people. Everybody wants a job, but the employees now, the job seekers have a lot more power than they used to. It's very interesting to see, actually. I know some people want to diss the people on unemployment too, like, oh, look at these lazy bastards. They just want to collect unemployment. I'll tell you right now, if I lost my job right now, and my unemployment gave me 70% of what I was making a year, and then they tried to hire, like a similar company tried to hire me for that amount just because they thought they could, I'll stay on unemployment. Are you kidding me? Why would I give that up? That's not lazy. That's holding out for what you're worth. There's a difference. People need to remember that. Sorry, that's my that's my fucking rant about the job state of the United States. Sure glad I'm not recording. I guess I am, right? It'll be on the VOD. Whatever. It's my thoughts. I'll stand by them. I'll argue them, too. If someone can convince me, that's fine. But that's just how I feel about it right now. It's always 15-year-olds for McDonald's. Jesus Christ. Look, again, I'm not going to diss anyone at McDonald's. I can sit here and say I would not work at McDonald's all I want to. If I need to hold down a job and that's what's there, that's what I'm going to go do. And I'll do it with a grimace on my face, but I'll do it. And I'll do my best at it, too. Doesn't mean I'm happy. But I'll do it. And those people are doing that. They're trying. They're trying to live. They're trying to make a living wage. That's the problem, is that companies think that they can just keep these people and not pay them while raking in millions and billions of dollars in profit, and that shit's going to change pretty soon, or it has to. It has to at some point. Y'all can't just keep scraping people by because, oh, there's a million jobs and a million people out there. We can just pay people pennies and then have high turnover rate and just grab more people. Not happening. Clean the supermarket on your own for 3 months. Go. That sounds like hell. It sounds like actual hell. I'm sorry. I'm not a germaphobe, but that just feels bad. It just feels bad. I'll tell you that right now. Excuse me. Throat's a little dry. I haven't streamed in months. Yeah, I've done some YouTube videos, but it's a little different. I feel like I'm talking a little more constantly. And, my throat is scratchy AF. Oh, I imagine grocery stores get, like, all kinds of mold and shit. If, you know, people notwithstanding, there's food particles everywhere. You can only clean up so much, too. And you're trying to clean like crazy, because it's a fucking grocery store. It's a supermarket. Your food needs to be somewhere clean. The food needs to be clean. You have to clean the food. Yeah. I don't know why I went into German mode. Also, this is probably offensive. Don't you oh god me. Don't you yell at me. I need a drink, but... You leave him alone, he's doing his best. I need a freaking drink, but Sinka's in the middle of a dangerous Valheim expedition, and if I get up, I'm afraid I'm gonna get spawn killed in here. I'll have to wait until the next bracket. Friggin'. And then, as if she could hear me, she just takes a drink, like mocking me. Love that. I know she's watching the stream too, but she probably has the audio off, so she's only like partially hearing me. Unless she's absolutely hearing me and it's just being an absolute shit right now. Are you being an absolute shit, dear? Keep an eye out. Nah, it's fine. Even if I needed to grab a drink, it wouldn't take that long. Maybe during the teleport to the next floor, I'll go grab myself a Coke or something. I'm sorry, a soda. Or a pop. If Taylor was still here. She'll get mad at me if she hears I made fun of her for that. It's a pop. A sody pop. Nope, don't clip that. No clipping. Clipping's not allowed on this channel, I forbid it. Especially don't post it to TikTok, that's also forbidden. Yeah, my one TikTok post, not my best. Should be a shame if someone clipped. Yeah, it sure would be a shame if you got me in trouble with my best friend. Please do that. It's amazing. I'd sure love for you to do that. I'd sure love for you to absolutely ruin my life. Nah, if you want to, that's fine. She'll get a giggle out of it. She'll have a laugh over a nice cold pop. Look, I'm from the South, man. We call it a Coke. You don't like it? I didn't ask for your opinion. Oh, thank God, you don't know how to Twitch. Wonderful. Joke's on you, I don't either. I've clipped more on YouTube than I've ever clipped on Twitch. I don't care enough for Pomanders on this floor. To go exploring another room and maybe hit another pudding. Hope this is interesting for you, by the way. I know this is a little different from my normal RimWorld / PS1 weirdness, but it's also something I've been meaning to do at some point. I did not stand up. Go get a drink when I did that. God the damn. I'm glad it looks cool. I love Final Fantasy XIV. Did you hear it's now free up to level 60? Oh, it comes with a free trial up to level 60, including hit expansion Heavensward. That meme has been hilariously amazing. Yeah, I know, right? For free up to level 60. You can come play with us on an American server. I guess it's an American server. It's on It's on the North American data center. So, all right, intuition. Your ping's fine. Just don't play Ninja. I think you're okay. You're okay on low ping if you don't play like Ninja or Monk. Ninja on high ping is like an actual fucking nightmare. It eats up all your commands. You're sitting there thinking you're awesome and like half of your moves came out. Potion of Sight? Potion. Pomander. It's a Potion of Sight. It's nothing that's in this game, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, it revealed the whole floor, right? So it revealed the treasures too, so I really don't need to go explore this place. I do want XP, though. Level 24 is fine. I really want to outlevel these people. PWI? Oh, is that Perfect World International? Did you play that? I've only heard about it in Legends. I've never actually, like... I've never actually seen it or touched it. It's a trash? Oh, no. I only know Perfect World International literally by the name. I know nothing else about it, and that's probably for the best at this point. I'm old. I like old games, alright? I'm 100% considering to do some Atari 2600 shit at some point. I do not remember Perfect World International. Shit. I would not like this. I bet I wouldn't. I don't like... I mean, we talked about this earlier with Final Fantasy XI. I do not like really stodgy UI and controls. I'll deal with it for games I like, but I will not suffer... I was going to say a witch to live, but I'm in a free company specifically about witches. I don't think I'll say that. It's just not the right... You know what? It's just not the right euphemism. Alright, these guys are what freaking killed us earlier. Apparently, if I leave these slimes alive for too long, they will just fucking explode and kill me. Oh, I can't dodge it either. There's no dodging that. I think it just explodes in like a huge range around it. The best way to avoid it is just not to get hit at all. Maybe I can kite it? I don't know if kiting is like... I mean, obviously it's what I need to do. Definitely what I'm going to need to do on bosses, but right now I can still kind of face tank stuff okay. That will change. To be honest, Machinist is not the class I would prefer to be doing this on. I prefer to use something I'm a little more comfortable with now. Not that I don't like Machinist, I love Machinist. So, kiting is an old term. We use it here as well, where you're just kind of attacking the mob while staying out of range of it. See how I'm trying to just like keep it at range? I'm trying to keep it from getting into melee as much as possible so I'm not getting hit as much. Now I'm still going to get hit by some abilities and like its ranged attacks and stuff, but it's going to have a hard time to get into melee range. You'll see this in older games as well sometimes. I know we used it a lot. We used it a lot in like World of Warcraft as well. You would grab a hunter. I remember specifically... I hate bringing up World of Warcraft because the game has such a bad taste in my mouth now. Hunters were very important in raids. Oh, I got petrified for 12 seconds. I think I'll live. But yeah, I should live. That's dangerous, though. I need to kill them as well. There were specific raids in the early days of Warcraft where, like, the best way to handle certain enemies or bosses were to kite them around as a hunter. Either to kill them yourself or to just kind of distract them while the rest of your team killed something else. And you would just be, you know, like I could sit there and face tank this, but I'm just trying to keep him as far away as possible. Maybe I slow him down with a little leg graze. Yeah, you're slow now, aren't you, buddy? You can't catch me. Oh, no. You can catch me with your gross tongue. Yeah. So that would have been like kiting, right? That would have been Guild Wars' version of kiting. Just attack, stay at range, use abilities to keep them in place or slow them down or get yourself further away. Just try to stay as much out of melee range as possible. Yeah. That's exactly what it is, my friend. This witching pomander. Oh my god, is that the Mars attack stuff? What is that? Oh no, that's the alien from Yeah, this island Earth. I was struggling to find the, Well, I saw the Mars attacks aliens first, right?
It's a cast from the original one.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I have a message. I heard the message go off. Alright, let me see who's messaging me. Who dares message me when I didn't tell anyone that I was streaming today? Who dares? Okay, cool. Auto heal disabled sucks. I don't like this floor. Sooner we get off of this one, probably the better. Sooner we get off of this one, the better. This is where I'm definitely gonna have to kite, though. Leveling is good. Okay, I don't want to look at you. That's what petrified me for. Alright. Oh, it's set of my... Yeah. I guess it does set it as my Discord tagline, right? Just shows I'm streaming something. I think it should have shot out a tweet as well to my Twitter account. It's been so long since I freaking did this, I forgot all the, like, functions. I think I looked away in time, yeah. Oh my god, it still hasn't popped, huh? Yeah, let's burst. Ah, sweet. Perfect. No, Cobra! Why are they all coming to, like, this one spot? Want out of here. Oh, I love them. Sweet. Does make it easier. What floor are we on? Huh, Bubba? You excited? Hell yeah, you are. 1, 2, 3. That's a good job of counting there, Bubba. Wee. I understand. Oh, 16. I kind of thought we were further than this, but I guess not. Having to take it slower just because the danger level increased, right? Oh, is that a... Yeah. Almost missed that. Go to Affluence Coffer. Pomander. I can't talk. Probably not good when that's supposed to be what I'm doing, primarily. Alright, cool. Oh, I'm a frog. Alright, we're gonna sit here for a second. I'll be back. Oh, I found a... Oh, nice. Found that standing there. Be right back. I'm a frog. Ah, good news. I didn't die while I was up. My drink! Shit! It's okay. It's been handled. God. I can't actually jump into the hole. It's not possible. It's just cosmetic. Thank God. Alright, free piece of the accursed horde. I'll take it. Alright, fortune I can't take. Fortune. More chests. Yeah, see? I can't even do it. No, be glad about that. If I was kiting and not paying attention, I would just fall into that, and I would hate my life. Excuse me. Why would I want to jump in the hole? Why are you trying to get me to jump into the hole? I'm not jumping into the hole. Do you want me to fail? I mean, I'm going to anyways, but it's rude to want me to. Oh, he slowed me. That's not good. I mean, I'm fine, but... Alteration. Let's see what this is, and then we'll move floors. Witching does nothing right now. Witching is... Witching is a very powerful Pomander, but only in a full room. Anytime pulls in video games bring you to interesting places. Yeah! Yeah, they do. You learn pretty quickly which games don't do that, though, luckily. Yeah, not for nothing, the music in this dungeon is a bop. Alright, we're gonna pop Intuition. So this lets us see where those special hidden chests are. I've been waiting until we had a full set of them, just because they're better used late. But if I can only carry 3 and I find a 4th one, there's no reason not to pop it, right? The really good rewards are like past floor 100. I'm probably lying to myself thinking I'm gonna get there, but... You know what? I've been too negative about that whole process. I'm gonna do my best. It's gonna... I still think it's gonna take a while, but we'll probably get there. One of these days. Rome wasn't built in a day. A lot of people put a lot of practice into doing stuff like this, and I can't expect to do it immediately, but I shouldn't also expect to just fail terribly. I don't remember how far I've gotten solo in the past, like 30, maybe 40? Not very far. I normally screw up somewhere. This is the first time I've actually tried doing it as Machinist, though. Which, you know, I didn't really consider Machinist to be good for it because of the lack of healing, but just being able to kind of do damage on the run like this is kind of amazing. I'd much prefer to do this on a tank, but melee is just not really what you want to bring in here. Plus, tank damage isn't really high enough in here. Oh, we've got our gauge now, right? For hypercharge. Good, good, good. I've only got one ability to use hypercharge with, and I don't get ricochet until 50, but I'm glad to have it. Better to have it than not have it. Getting a lot of high potions. Those can go in as substitutes for my super potions here later. What's the cooldown on high potions, anyways? 22 seconds, huh? Those are actually better than my regular potions after a certain point. I think we'll do that. And then I've still got my max potions. Alright, now I'm starting to feel it. That's what happens when I don't play this class for a little while. I get out of sync. Plus the fact that you don't have all your abilities, right? I'm just like, oh, where's the next part of my combo? It's not even here yet. We won't bother with Fortune because we're about to leave. Let's take a drink. That is not refreshing. No, sir. Hard to believe, but soda is not refreshing. I know, right? If anything, I'm thirstier. But my throat's not as scratchy. That was a short floor. That's fine. Go clear out this room and see what our chests hold. Our chests hold our hearts, is the obvious answer, but you know what I'm trying to say, damn it. Turn down the game audio just a little bit so I don't have to, like, scream. Oh, no, 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 no. So one thing, in Final Fantasy, one character could be everything. So you could just switch classes just by switching your weapon. That's kind of amazing that way. And technically, this is a side... You'll find this interesting, actually, since you're a fan of my other stuff. This is side content, basically, where every time that you load this tower up, it's very much like Azure Dreams. Where you start over at level 1, but you can kind of bump your equipment up by finding certain chests as you go. Yeah, it's very roguelike-ish. They actually, when this came out, they kind of compared it to, like, Binding of Isaac kind of stuff. I was like, it's more like Azure Dreams. Because when you start on floor 1, you start at level 1. You can start at floor 51 once you unlock it, but I think you have to start at 1 if you're doing, like, a full 1 through 200 run. When you start at 51, you just start at level 60. And I'm just bringing my character in here, and it just resets her level down to 1 for the duration of the tower, basically. You should come play with us. It's very fun. Come play with us. I am not turning this into a recruiting thing, but also, come on. Oh, Lord. Why would you show me that? It's awesome, but don't show me that. Don't really need to pop that. We're good. Maybe up to level 60. I mean, there's really no... There's no detriment to at least trying it, right? Because it is free. But, like, if people don't want to, I'm never going to pressure them into it, basically. That's just not who I am. Pomander Steel. I will take a Pomander Steel, actually. Taking less damage would be good. I think, as long as we kind of hurry, that effect should still be there when we hit the boss. Definitely don't want to get hit by that. And you know what? That's the thing. The UI is very crowded, but this is my version of the UI, which does add a lot of crowding, honestly, because I just like having all my information there. You can easily go in and just clean up your HUD however you want to, right? Add and remove stuff, reshape it, resize it to give yourself a cleaner HUD. I, personally, like all the information that I can get on the sides, just so I can be aware of everything going on. A lot of people don't like it like that, and I respect that. I know T has a more minimalist UI. Oh, Rocket Man. Ooh, very nice. It's very much so a more customizable UI than most MMOs I've played. I don't really want to fight in here if I can... I don't really need that chest. Yeah, some games are more useful for information, and some games I really do like the cleaner UIs, right? Like platformers, I like my UI to be as clean as possible. Like, teach me what your mechanics are, and I'll keep track of it myself, basically. Oh, I like looking at the world in this game, too. I love looking at the world in here. But, you know, I can turn off the UI for stuff like that. A lot of the times, I need my info. Really, I could probably get rid of a bunch of this and be fine, but I don't know. I've just gotten so used to it being here. This is actually a lot less on my UI than I used to have. It used to be everywhere. Alright. We can technically just leave, and I think we will. I think we're high enough level. 33. Let's go kill the boss. I am going to pop strength on this, just because I don't know how much damage I'm really going to do. I don't remember ever fighting this... Oh, yeah, and a Spurge as well. I don't remember ever fighting this boss as a machinist, so I'm kind of nervous as to how this is going to go. So let's give it the old college. Doing alright so far. Where you going? You preying on me? Oh, it's a hornet. I need to kill that. Excuse me if I'm a little quiet for a minute. Need to focus. It seems kind of pointless, but keeping him as far out of melee range as possible means I'm taking as few incidental hits as I can. Yeah, he's still hitting me every once in a while, but it's definitely less than if he was right up in my grill. Which, if you were playing melee, would definitely be the case. Can I heavy him? Nope. Need to heal. I think we've got it. There we go. Alright, cool. Floor 20 done. Big pain in the ass. Luckily, he has a lot of spots where he just stops chasing you and just puts AoEs on the floor. And that's a lot easier to deal with. Let's pop out for a second. I keep forgetting I get poetics for this too, which is good. Which is a currency that I use for a variety of things. Okay. Lots of everybody here. Yeah, so you can see you were asking about it. Technically, you can play every single job on the same character, right? Including crafting stuff, which is really nice. So I don't have to make a new character just to do everything. Oh, I want to play warrior? Boom, warrior, done. Got it. Let's go. Axe, yay. Oh, ninja? Yeah, I can be ninja, sure. Let's go. Daggers. I'll have to log out and log in, which, for an altaholic like me who liked making lots of characters, was a little bit of a different thing to kind of deal with, but I prefer it this way, overall. Alright. Don't need to talk to you, actually. Need to talk to you. Hello, friend. Let's turn in this gentle sack. Give me nothing. Oh, well, we got something decent, I think. Ah, hey! Got one of the minions. Do I have that one? If I have it, if I don't have it, I'm gonna use it. Sweet. I'm very happy. Alright. Let's go back in. So, floor 21. This is the important part here, party KO. So if this meter ever goes up to 1, which means that we wiped, I can no longer use this file to go higher than 100. If I'm higher than 100, I can never go in again. I'll just have to reset it. So, that's technically what we're doing on this, which is myself and a couple of the FC members, including T. But, it's going to be a little bit before we can come back to this one. It's rough. This is meant to be, like, challenge content, right? Like doing it solo is not how it was intended, but they put it in there as challenge content. It's there, and there's a title for it and everything. You're supposed to go in this with, like, 4 people. But I'm glad they at least gave it the capability to have that. There's another version where you technically are 10 levels higher and it only goes up to 100, but I'm trying this first. That exploded in my face. Big, stinky kaboom boom. I'm gonna start playing it a little safe if I can. Yeah, stuff doesn't melt quite as fast as it used to, and stuff does hit pretty hard. Ooh boy, I'm already taking lots of damage. It's scary. Yeah, you can't always get the gang together. And like, some people just want, like, that challenge, right? It's like, oh, yeah, content that normally 4 people have to do, I did it by myself. And that's awesome. Like, if you can do that, God bless. I love it when they add optional challenge stuff for stuff. Give the people who really want to go that extra mile their, something to really grind their teeth into. It's not always for me. Sometimes I just like to do the easy shit. But this stuff is fun too. Alright, what do we got? House Drake. Are y'all at level 35 now? I'm a little underleveled. I should have taken that last floor and actually ground some level out. Damn. House Drakes actually hit relatively hard. It's kind of dangerous, actually. Potions aren't going as far as they used to, either. Still okay. These guys are real slow. It's real easy to guide them around. Until they catch you! Sir, please! That was an explosion. I'm probably gonna die here. Nope. Okay. That's the danger of, That's dangerous. I'm old manning my tower. I don't know what you're talking about. Still gotta kill something else? Alright, I got Heat Blast. Alright, so now this combo actually functions, which is good. Mr. Dullahan. Well, these heal 40% up to a certain amount, right? Up to like 200. So I have 1500 health. So they're just not going to do as much. I need to probably switch over to my high potions now. That being said, even 200 just in a pinch is nice, especially on a low cooldown. That 200 can save you sometimes. We'll use Sight just in case. I don't want to, like, accidentally hit another trap on my way over to this treasure chest. Got it. Witching is not necessary. No traps. More high potions. Yeah, I'm going to switch over to high potions. Because the high potions do up to 440. And at this point, that's a lot better for me. It's not like I don't have any either. Can y'all cats stop fighting? Y'all too. Being ridiculous is what you're doing. Alright, no more traps. Not traps! What do you mean I'm not giving them a good example? If they fight, I'm gonna bop them. I'm not actually gonna bop them. Don't bop your animals, people. Animals are sweet fur babies and deserve all the love in the world. We don't deserve them, so treat them with respect. But if y'all are gonna fight, make it worth it. You leave my cat girl alone. My fighting cat girl. Talk about my fighting cat girl. She's doing her best, damn it. Did you think the guy with the furry symbol was not gonna have like a furry character? She is not showing my cats how it's done. If my cats were taking this for an example, they'd be trying to shoot each other around the corners instead of just, like, going into little hissy fights. This is where kiting is good. Because if they can't quite catch up to me to melee, this is where we're going. Well, I mean, you'd be shocked if I wasn't a cat girl. I'm actually a lot of things at all given times. I get a lot of flack from it from a couple of my FC mates because I changed my character a lot, but the stuff I've generally stayed on the longest have been my Lalafell, which is my little potato person, and I love her, and she's adorable. This cat girl, or the Hrothgar, which is the, if you've seen my, you know, my AFK or be right back kind of symbol, or the headshot that I have, that's that character. Well, those are the three I've probably been the most in my history here, with the most time being Lalafell and then this young lady. Thought I heard something in my headset. Like, hello. Ah, yes. I already have the Phoenix down. No. Click on the Phoenix down chest 4 more times. Maybe it'll work this time. Yeah, so initially, just because the question was asked in case this is going up on YouTube, you know, was my avatar that I use a character from this game? It actually is. So when I initially started off the streaming persona and everything, I had T, who is, again, one of my best friends and also an excellent artist. I had her draw my dude with a bunch of headshots and then the Be Right Back picture that I have. And it is specifically a character from this game. It is my Hrothgar model that I used for a good bit of Shadowbringers, actually. I still love Hrothgar. I think they're a cool model. They've already said they're going to be bringing out female Hrothgar. I'm probably going to change to one if they look cool, whenever they bring it out. But I did love that dude. He was just kind of goofy. And I just like switching back and forth. I go back to him sometimes, though. But yeah, he looks basically how I looked in the game at the time. Alright, room basically cleared. So yeah, they don't do a ton in melee, but you don't want to be taking any of that damage if you can help it, right? Level 37. Okay, it's a little... I'm taking my time, right? Yeah, that deep, hoary Archivist lore. Okay, you give me a lot of shit for that name, but I did put some thought into that name, man. I'm an older dude who liked playing video games. I was keeping an archive of old video games and exploits. Hoary, H-O-A-R-Y, is a synonym for old and wizened, and so that's where I went with it. Now, if you're gonna give me shit about that, we are not entering that room. However, we will pull people out of it. That room is actually quite dangerous. But there's some chests in there, and I want to see what they've got. Plus, this is just free XP. We can stop worrying about XP once we hit 60, but right now, any amount that we can kind of get ahead of the game, I'm going to take at this point. What do you mean, rejected channel name? I used that for a while, and then I gave it up. That's not rejected, that's retired. That is taken out into the back and shot behind the woodshed. It was also the scene of some of my best cursed intros. Although I have had some pretty good ones since then, I'll have to admit. My cursed intro game is getting a little bit better. Always, you know, always strive to do better, kids. The old intros? I mean, 100%, if you went and looked, I bet you could find old intros around. If you go to my YouTube channel, if you go back to, like, my oldest RimWorld content, that should be when I was still the hoary Archivist, which, yeah, I mean, when you say it out loud, it does sound really stupid, don't get me wrong. I should have some of those curse intros still there. No, don't go look for them now, please. That seems like a nightmare that I cannot wake up from. I really should just remove those videos from the channel, but it's my history, so I'm leaving it. Oof, that one hurt. Oh, I didn't realize I was about to level, or I wouldn't have done that. Ether pool, doesn't matter. Oh, cool, a mimic. That's great. This is bad. Whew. That might be my signal to get out of here, actually. You leave that alone. Wow! Y'all all spawned around the entrance? Okay. For the exit. Alright. I think we've got enough XP in here anyways. Let's start making our way out. Alright, now the question is... Nope, never mind. The question was going to be, can I just stand on the exit without this adamantoise noticing me? And the answer is possibly still yes. Nope. It was definitely possible, though. We'll just heavy you. Kite your ass out of here. Oh, I hear a little boy stomp. There we go. Alright, that was a long floor, but I'm happy with some of the stuff we got in here. Hydro water and snacks. No, he's good. He's busy right now. I don't think he's going to steal too much from me at the moment. Alright. Ah, you thought you'd trick me, huh, Palace Drake? Sneaky bastard. Okay, that actually helps, now that I think about it. Because it's canceling out the animation of me turning around to face them in the jump, so I can jump cancel that. Wish I'd realized that before. Intuition? I do not sense the accursed horde on this floor, that's fine. Alright, can I deal with you? See, because normally I'd turn around briefly to fire the ability, right? Like that. But if I'm in the air, it doesn't really happen. I guess it can still happen, but it's happening less at least. Leave that Drake alone. Leave Drake alone. This is definitely not speedrun tactics. This is the slowest tactic I've ever used in my life. But I get what you're saying. It is speedrun tactics. You know, I actually considered trying to get into speedrunning and then realized that my hands do not fucking function that well anymore. To make, like, the split-second fucking mechanical presses and decisions needed to actually speedrun. That's an excuse, but it really, like... early onset arthritis is a bitch. That's all I'm saying. Alright, you're dead. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this Drake just because he's been sitting here, like, waiting for me to screw up. Oh, we got our auto turret, finally. Okay. That's just a little extra damage during boss fights. Ooh, the double hand out of nowhere. I'm glad I didn't accidentally aggro it. Motor skills with 4-wheel. Come on, you have better motor skills than that. Don't sell yourself short. Unless you really do. And then F in chat. Alright, he's going that way. Fuck him. I'm going this way. Auto turret, actually. Get him, buddy. Exit is not in here, so we're going to turn around. No, sir, you will not be hitting me with that. Thank you. Bingo. One weave ray is not that big a deal. We'll drop turret here. So I can use the turret anytime this meter goes to at least 50. And I build it by just doing basic machinist things. There we go. 41 is good. 41 is good. See you later, scrubs. Too bad you're all the way over there and your aggro range is set. Oh, the music on this floor is cool. I feel like that's bad. Luckily with kiting him, like, there's no way I'm gonna be in range for his attacks. Alright, good deal. Ooh, you're so slow. Ow! You still hit me, though. An asshole. Freaking weave rays are jerks. Yo, what is this epic music, though? It's like I'm sailing on the freaking high seas kind of shit. Alright, farewell to you. So y'all are in the 40s now, huh? 39 to 40. Ah, enfeebling trap. You'd think as much as I'd been running around and jumping in that room that I would have hit an enfeebling trap already. There's our exit. Which I'm super into. I'm absolutely into the idea of a freaking exit. Yeah, that's an easy. Oh, hello, friend. Let's see if we can get out of his range before... Nope. It's fine. Yeah, potion's not great anymore. We'll switch fully over to high potions, I think. Alteration. Oh no! Oh, that was dangerous. Another MMO that had sailing in it. Huh. I wonder what. Was it Meridian 59? Meridian had 59 had sailing in it, I think. I have to go back and really look. God, that was an old-ass game. Boy. Oh, maximum HP decreased is scary. I don't like it. I don't really feel like using one of our only cleansing Pomanders on it, though. It might be my mistake. Yeah, this is a problem. Let's take care of this guy since he's roaming. Florenzia. Yeah, Florenzia I don't even think I ever heard of. I'm not gonna say that I knew like every MMO or anything, but yeah, definitely don't remember that one. I'm sorry to hear that it died. You know, like games die all the time, but you never like to hear that one is gone. Boop. Yeah, that's a healthier amount of HP. Alright, it's starting to get a little loose in here. You know what? You're roaming too. We'll just take you out. That's what... I'm not doing it, that's what she said joke. Not if you softball it like that. There's not even any joy in that one. What kind of joy can I take into that's what she said joke like that? Oh my god, stop spawning. Am I taking too long? Jesus Christ. Alteration. Alteration wouldn't have been... I did not start it. You are insubordinate and churlish. Alright, let's move along. Alright, what do we got here? Centaurs. Oh, I sense the accursed horde. How lovely. I really want to go deal with them right yet, but I may have to. Oh, there's the horde. Let's at least get that, right? Alright, they've got ranged attacks. Is there really any actual point to me kiting them? I think I just need to burst the Spriggans down. Stop playing around, just kill it. Gimme. Thank you. Purity, okay, that's good. That'll, if we get another Mimic and I don't manage to interrupt it in time, that'll be useful. How many of those do we have? Just the one? Just the one. That was unfortunate. Oh, you do have melee. Huh. Alright, well. Shows what I know. Oh, you buffed your attack, didn't you? Asshole! Away from me. No, don't target the coffer. Why did I open that? That breaks my targeting! Alright, we're playing a little sloppy. Oh, that's a Mimic. That's unfortunate. I'm dead. I'm just dead. Pretty sure that just does it for me. Well, hold on. Do I have an alteration or witching? Okay. I was pretty sure I was dead there, not gonna lie. Right now I'm pacified, so I can't attack. I can just use skills and Pomanders. So that was dangerous. Agrath does not need mimics. So if anyone wondering, Agrath is a custom D&D style tabletop system that one of our friends has made. No, it does not need mimics because I don't want to be in more fear than I already am. You will not make mimics. If you make mimics, I will not play in a game that you start. Quote unquote, end of story. Actually, I'm kind of surprised we don't have mimics. We probably do, they just haven't shown up yet. No. Do not do. I'm begging you. Alright. All in all, this has been pretty successful. I know we're still kind of low here, and I'm looking like a scrub. But, feel like it's going pretty well. Yeah, a quarter of the way to 100. It's only, like, forever to get to where I'm going. You know what? Fun, though. It's good practice. It's getting me back on the game, which I had been off and on for a while, just because after hitting 80 on everything, I just didn't really want to play that much for a little bit. I was kind of burnt out. It's good to have something to get back into, though. Is this boss time? No. Ooh. Okay, sprint disabled on a gloom floor. You can go fuck yourself. You can just go do that. Commander's site, huh? Alright, so we can ignore that room over there. Oh no, there's kiting. It's just not safe kiting. The gloom makes it dangerous in here, though. Wildfire. Okay, Wildfire's here, so now I have my burst combo. Sweet. We have most of the pieces of the burst combo, at least. Yeah, the gloom is this kind of reddish mist. It just, everything on this floor is just harder, basically. Everything got buffed all to hell. There's a enemy movement speed increased. Enemies deal more damage while taking less. Yeah, so it just kind of sucks to be me right now. It sucks to suck. Yeah, it's super fun. It's great. Nothing like the game giving you a big ol' F you. And you really did not move for a second there, did you? Charging something up. You are chasing me and I don't like it. I feel encroached upon and I don't appreciate it. At least I know where the traps are, right? Because of that, that site Pomander I took. That's been nice. We are 100% gonna leave the second that we can, by the way. Because this floor scares me still. It's just waiting for one thing to go wrong. Like me accidentally stepping on that trap I know the placement of. Still not, huh? Ooh, that one hurt. Second wind real quick. I've only got 30 minutes left, damn. I'm gonna have to go faster than this in subsequent brackets. Well, a lot of what I'm doing right now is just trying to gain levels, right? I can definitely beat the last couple of floors within 30 minutes. Unless the last boss is just, like, insane and I can't fucking do damage to it. I forgot that there's a time limit. I'm not gonna lie. I also forgot there was a time limit. I'm professional. I'm really not, though. Like, obviously that was a joke. Alright, let's motor. If I pop... You know what, if I pop strength, I think it'll last me until the boss. Oh yeah, it's definitely timed. See that timer right there? That's just to get to the end of this 10-floor bracket, though. It's not like to finish the whole thing. But it means I probably do need to pick the pace up some. Hitting 46 is pretty good, though. That puts me in a good place. I don't need to open those. I need to remember that. Yeah, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time unless the boss is literally just like me running around the whole time, not being able to damage it. That can happen if you're playing as like a healer or a tank or something. You're like, yeah, I'm super safe, but fucking I can't kill anything. The only thing that can kill me is me, and also the timer. Oh, my neck. Could never. You could. You absolutely could. Don't sell yourself short. Safety. I'm happy to be getting a lot of safety pomanders right now. It makes me feel good. It's giving me the dopamine. Oh no, DPS is great. DPS in this game can be really fun, but there's a lot of fun tank and healer stuff too. Especially the new healer class for this. I can't wait. I haven't mained healer in like a year just because my FC didn't really need it anymore. When we moved FCs over, we had like plenty of healers, so like... It's really funny because T and I, we left our prior FC where we were two of the only like main healers. There were like 3 or 4 of us total, but like we were the only ones who really mained it, and came to an FC where everyone was healer. So she stayed, and I just went off and did other shit. But I'm looking very forward to the new healer, with all the fun mechanics and cool bullshit that it can apparently do. I hope the numbers are good. I hope it's good. You know, it looks cool, and I'm sure they want it to be cool. I hope it's good. So far, it looks fine, but we don't know what numbers look like yet, obviously. The Square devs have been very close-lipped on stuff like that. Yeah, they give us preview events and stuff like that, but it's not like Warcraft where they freaking beta test the game for like 8 years before it comes out. Which, honestly, I kind of hate now. It's like, you fucking play the entire game before it even comes out, and that's boring. I mean, it was boring to a point anyways, right? But... Oh, hey T, how you doing? I was just talking about you again. You seem to pop in, like, every time I start talking shit about you. Also, yes, I did mock you for calling Coke pop. A pop? A bit of a pop? In my British-Canadian voice? She went off to have a pop and a bit of a sandwich. Report for harassment. Fine, bring it on. I hope they make fun of you in your report email. Like, ah, you're reporting it for harassment. Yeah, but it says here that you call it pop. Ningish Zida. This is not gonna go well. So let's do it. Sir, please. Is it Wendy's? You want to be enclosed for fear itself. And then back out. If you don't, I think he fears you. It's kind of annoying. I don't like how I'm not really able to kite this guy. He just kind of seems up my ass the whole time. Use a max potion. Still chasing me? Yep. Yep, I don't think leg graze is gonna do anything, but I'll try it. Oh no. It's gonna be close, not gonna lie. I don't feel like I'm really kiting him very well. Yep, I'm dead. Even with second wind, I don't think I was going to get too much more out of that. That's unfortunate. Ah, that's fine. Alright. I need to look what to do about him specifically. Let's see. You know, I probably should have cracked a rehabilitation potion. I forgot about that. Hmm. Let's see. Sorry you can't hear the music. It's problems with how I have it set up, I think. So what did they say to do? Huh. Really? I just couldn't deal with the damage. Hmm. I could try doing it as red mage. I don't like it as red mage that much. I don't like red mage as much. Could try it though, right? Hmm. Yeah. Machinist is still, I think, the best. But I need to figure out what I need to do about bosses, right? So I feel, look, I wasn't doing it perfectly, right? Obviously not. But I don't feel like I was doing poorly, and I just could not deal with the amount of damage versus the damage that I was putting out. Hmm. Do I need to luck, maybe? Maybe I should have lusted on the boss. Hmm. That's what I'm thinking, though. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Could just pop. Well, see, I popped strength and damage for that, and it still didn't work out. I'm thinking maybe I need to roll less for that. Let's run it as red mage real quick. Just for a little change of pace. And then we'll go back in as machinist afterwards. That was the wrong one. That was 451. Whoopsie. No, not that one. Someone's doing the intro to fucking Evangelion. That's really funny. Yeah. Some absolute Chad. Out there doing the Lord's work. It's pretty funny. I'm just checking my messages real quick. Everything is hell. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Get that shit out of here. That was a really funny video you showed me, though. I did get a giggle out of that. Alright, so Red Mage will be a little different. I'm probably not going to be doing nearly as much kiting, as I will just damage. Cool. So we're dead on floor 1. It'll be fine. It's just for now where I can't... Because I can't freaking pull stuff into the entryway if all I have is my melee attack. But I get Jolt at literally next level, and then it'll be fine. Why is this thing not attacking me? Yeah, incredible start. This is cursed. Alright, he's dead. I'm still level 1. It's really funny. I was trying to remember, do you get double cast at level 1? I guess you do. I mean, we could leave, but I want a little more XP. Excuse me. Oh, that's a great place. Cool. Yeah, being able to go back in and do our 4-man file will be fun. I want to finish that up with everybody. Actually, just make it to the top, even if it's not solo. Maybe get one of those mount drops that still goes for, like, a significant amount of gil. Start funding the FC house again. I would love it. It would make me so happy. So very happy. Oh, dude. What are you doing? Oh, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. Go on. Go on. There's nothing in that cup, dude. I appreciate you trying to steal my drink, but unbeknownst to you, there's no fucking drink for you to steal. Yeah, the Night Pegasus whistle, it still goes for like a significant amount. I saw someone sold one on Reddit like within the last week for like 9 million. It's rare. It's hard to get. If I got one, I don't know if I would sell it or keep it at this point. Chat on screen when... Chat on screen when I fucking figure out how to do that /care. 100%. Sooner or later, I'll get it to where the chat shows up right here, but... right now, I just don't. So, don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I still need to do some work on the quality of the stream. Like I said, I just kind of came back. That's my excuse, but it's also the truth. Wasn't really sure if I was going to start streaming compared to just doing YouTube stuff, but as my wife would say, ¿por qué no dos? Yeah, I do have a friend who knows and cares, and I will get you to help me with that later when I'm not currently streaming. This was mostly just supposed to be kind of some test stuff, just to make sure the game runs okay and the sound is alright, and fuck it, I guess I can play some while I'm doing it, right? This worked out pretty well. I've been enjoying myself. There's something nice about actually being able to actively talk to people instead of just recording. Yeah, timing is another thing, right? Like, we have the kid, he plays with his tablet or listens to stuff in the background, and like my wife sometimes wants to listen to music and not have to have her headphones on for multiple hours a day, and I want to respect that. because I don't have a separate room right now. The house is small. We don't have a separate room set up for streaming or work or anything like that, which has made work conference calls really funny sometimes. But yeah, like I told her, I can't silence my entire family for my hobby, right? 24-hour stream will occur when. So you're making a laugh. I will do a 24-hour stream when we hit 100 followers. I'll do a 24-hour stream. 100 followers and 10 to 15 people concurrent. I'm gonna have both of those requirements, because if I get 100 followers and only 3 people are gonna be there, it feels kind of bad. But I'd say that's fine. At least 100 followers, and then we'll talk about that. Bet I'll do it. I don't care. You think a 24-hour stream bothers me? I'm in. I'll just do a 24-hour Azure Dream stream. Yeah, yeah. I think affiliate is a good milestone to do a 24-hour stream. We'll set up a Sunday or a Saturday where we don't have game or something like that, and we'll just do it. That'll be a lot of fun. Get myself some drinks, order some pizza. Get Senka on, do some Matcha Monster stuff. Play some, maybe I'll play some WarioWare. Yeah, a 24-hour Endwalker stream. I'm actually off that entire week of Thanksgiving, so I'll be there for the entire, like, early access up through release of Endwalker. It'll be really nice. What's up, dear? Why did I get bonked? Yeah, we should just do a 24-hour WarioWare stream where within hour 1 I will want to die. Because that game takes all of my processing power and just shits on me. Like, my brain cannot function during WarioWare. Ah, yeah. Well, I mean, we're not gonna do... Yeah, because you're not gonna be there for that. That sucks. Hopefully, and I know this sounds insane, but hopefully I'll have all of the Endwalker story done before the end of Early Access. Just, like, I'm not trying to, like, rush through it, but I know I'm gonna absolutely want to just bust through it as hard as possible, because I've been waiting for so long. That's technically what happened with Shadowbringers. It's not like I'm the only one who did that, either. Yeah. I'm just gonna blow through it as hard as I can, because I cannot wait to see how the story goes. I'm just gonna cast. I don't care. Yeah, you're gonna hit me. I don't really care. I'll tank it a little bit. You can do a little bit of kiting with Red Mage, but it's not quite as effective as Machinist. Man, what am I gonna main during Endwalker? I'm really leaning towards Ninja, because it's the highest comfort level I have. But I love the new animations that they're giving to Machinist, and I mean, Summoner looks amazing, but I don't know if I want to learn a new class as I'm trying to, like, do high-end content. Because that's what it is. Summoner's a new class. I don't care what anyone says. Yo, this outfit is like everything to me, though, by the way. I love it. I could do Sage. I definitely... Yeah, we're gonna have to get a 4-stack. And I mean, if I'm ahead of people and they're starting to do dungeons, I'll of course jump on and just run it again with them. I don't care. I'm gonna have to get used to the dungeons for when I run them 4,000 times. 4,000, which is just like 400. Excuse me. Throat's a little scratchy. Gonna have to take a 10-minute break after this block, maybe. Or like a 5-minute break at least, and go grab an actual cup of water instead of trying to suck down a soda, which is literally just sugar, and it's not helping my throat at all. Yeah, I'll pop that. I don't have to only play Final Fantasy today either. I could pivot off and do something else if people would prefer to see that. But this was my current plan, at least. Yeah, you're a big trust system fan, which, like, I understand the trust system and people's love for it, but I kind of like running those early dungeons with people so we're all kind of learning at the same time. Witching. It depends on what the queues are going to look like as well, right? Glad I hit that then when I'm not fighting anything. You didn't hop on the game that late. You're fine. I find healing in this game to actually be easier to pick up than a lot of other games. Because, like, I feel like a lot of MMO people try to make healing way too complicated. And if anything, I think they've oversimplified healing in this game so much to allow for healers to also do DPS that it makes it very good for entry access. Alright, Dad, well, thank you for... Oh, wow, I took a big hit there. Jesus. Thank you for dropping by. I'm glad to have had you here. Have some time to chat and everything. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Another strength? I already popped that other one, though. Bye-bye! Yeah, that rhino attack cracks, huh? I did not expect that. No, please don't get that off again. That's good enough. What's up, dude? Got a problem? What's going on? Oh, you seem fine. Guess you just wanted to yell. I understand that. Scream into the wind, boy. Let them hear you. Scream into the goddamn wind. Witching is good. I'm gonna combo this Hornet down, probably. Yeah. In ways, this is much faster than Machinist, but you're not gonna be nearly as survivable. You're gonna be tanking a lot more hits. Like, and I don't even get the heal until 54, God. I don't think that's gonna hit me. Ow, sir. Very painful. I think we can just double cast this. Now this will do riposte. That dude just died. This is farewell. Thunder 2. Okay, yeah, so that's my first AoE. Gotcha. Welcome to Kyo tries to remember what the red mage skills are. The movie. Did I just hardcast for arrow? That's definitely not what I want. God damn it. Ah, that's funny. That was not what I meant to do. Definitely not. That's okay, though. I will pop another strength. Refresh this one. Alright, super worth. Much worth, very good. Duran? What you do running about? Well, spin boy, spin boy. That's right. You tell the world.
That's Sting.
That's Sting.
That's Sting.
The musical Sting, not the wrestler Sting. There's a difference. Music Sting.
Music Sting.
Steel is good. Level 19 is also good. So what do I want to do about stream scheduling? Now that I'm sitting here just kind of talking to myself. Yeah, I'm off this week from work, which is a lot of the reason I'm doing this now. But most of the time I don't know if I'm going to actually start at 4. And I'm definitely not going to stream every day, right? I'm thinking 3, maybe 4 times a week. Starting at around 4 or 5 o'clock Central Standard. And then, you know, going as long as I feel like. Maybe anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Longer if I really, really get into what I'm doing. I think that sounds pretty good. I'm thinking Monday, Wednesday I can't. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, and then maybe like bonus every once in a while. I don't know. Really whenever I want to, right? But it's nice to give people like an actual schedule. This one freaking fly that got in the house, he's just bombarding me. It's getting very annoying. What do we got? Palace Beetle. Hippo Surf. Made it to floor 9 in a relatively decent amount of time. I don't know. Practicing it is nice. I still think I prefer Machinist. I just need to figure out how to handle those bosses. I think the Lust Pomanders are what I really needed, and I didn't use them. Because I just have this predilection not to use the Lust Pomanders, and that's my mistake. Alright, we'll just eat this. There we go. Could have gone a lot worse. Let's get a little more XP before we move. Since after this will be the boss, and then we'll be in that kind of level 23 range for enemies, I think. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. So let's test out the Lust Pomanders then. I'll pop another strength. Let's pop one on this first boss, which may be a little bit of a waste. But I'm very curious as to how efficient it is at burning them down. Like, am I tankier in that form? I know there's a cast timer, which, like, when you're using Machinist, doesn't really feel very good to go to a cast timer, especially when you're trying to kite. But if I'm a little tankier, I may not need to kite. We'll call this an experiment. Alright, let's pop. Lust. And we'll use Void Fire too. The Vuln stack is nice, don't get me wrong. Feel like you hit really hard. It does do a lot of damage though. So if I put the Vuln stacks on and then run off, maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah, I think that might be the answer. If I just shit on it with the Vuln stacks and then pop the transformation off and just go ham, I think that's the play. I think that's the play. I do indeed. Alright, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I need to go get myself a glass of water and use the restroom. And then we'll be back. I'll see y'all in a minute. There we go. Much like the kiss marks on your neck you've been trying to hide from your significant other, I am back with a vengeance, probably at the wrong time. How's it going? Had to get myself a drink and grab myself a couple pieces of homemade beef jerky. Because I was a mite bit peckish. Really good. Mm. So good. I can talk with my mouth full for a little bit. Alright, we're going in. Floor 11. More high potions are always good. It's not like we don't have any, but why not get more, right? Hey, buddy. How you doing? Oh, did I accidentally cancel my cast? Oof. That's Danger Town right there. Can't stand there for those. Steel is good. Purity is good, as long as it's not culture. Yo, I'm telling you, if you have the means and the equipment to do so, make your own jerky. It's so much better. You don't have to add all the preservatives, and it's way cheaper than buying just bags of jerky. Really, all you need to get started is a decent dehydrator, or what you can even do is, if you go look for Alton Brown beef jerky, he has a recipe from an old episode of Good Eats where he uses an old box fan and some air filters instead of a dehydrator. Do that if you have to. Like, I would suggest putting in decent money for a good dehydrator, like 150 bucks or something like that, but if you can't afford that or don't want to spend it, still find a way. It's really good. Floor 12? Damage definitely higher, but durability way lower. Intuition? That's my first one. Unfortunate, I was kind of hoping to have more before now. We did find one sack, though, so just accidentally, so that was nice. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Lovely. Fresh, refreshing agua. I swear to God, I need to stop the soda. I never feel great after I drink soda, but I feel amazing when I've had just like a cold glass of water. It's actually shocking how different it feels. This is a problem. Woo! Just in time. Hell yeah. Another Pomander. 2 purities mean I can kind of play it a little safer with the Mimics. The Mimics make me not want to open chests, but I want to open chests. A, because good Pomanders, and B, because I'm a little chest demon. I like to open everything. Because you never know when that chest will have something that sells for like 100 gil. That pudding is coming up. We should be able to kill this whelk easily enough, and then we'll kill the pudding. It's easier to deal with that. Yeah, it kills our mana reserves, but I don't really care. Why do I open those? I know I don't need the ether, and... goddamn. We'll chill for a second. Good time to get another drink, right? Mmm. Oh, so good. Delicious. Alright. Back to it. Easier to just wait that out, because you don't want to walk around and accidentally trigger another trap and get in even more trouble. Start building our magic back up again. When do we get acceleration? 50, manification is 60, boldness 58. Not great. I understand why, but I hate how like some of your coolest tools are locked at like the late levels of this shit. Right. If we fail again, we may go try Heaven on High for a little bit. Because Heaven on High is very fun, and I do like it. It's not easier by any means. Damage dealt decreased. Kind of sucks. We could offset it with a strength potion, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we do enough damage. We do like a little bit less, like maybe 2% of health per hit, which is not great. I don't think it's worth burning a resource. If y'all can stop poisoning me, that would be super awesome. It would bring me great fucking joy for you to stop poisoning me. Stop it. Slime's gotta go. For fire. Which one's for fire? Oh no, that's the big black magic one. Good. There we go. Let's find the exit. Damage down kind of sucks in here. Makes it a little less efficient to farm. Oh, no, there's a toad, like, literally right here. Whew. I turned that corner like an idiot. That's the kind of shit that's gonna get me killed in late levels. Like, 100%. That's how I die. I've gotta be more in tune with what I'm doing. Like, if I'm going to take this somewhat seriously and actually succeed at some point, I'm going to have to pay way more attention and actually focus. And stop fucking opening chests. Oh my god. Mimics are going to be the death of me. I promise you that, 100%. The actual death of me. second. Just wanted to message one of my friends real quick. Okay, there we go. We're good. Oh, now we find the exit. Well, it's been nice to get the extra levels, right? I won't complain too much. Yeah, just eat it. I don't care enough. Flight is fine. Let's get out of here. You get to live, Toad. Good for you. Oh, my throat feels so much better after having some water. Drink water, kids. I'm not a r/Hydra homie, but drink water, y'all. I do love... Yeah, I'm a simp for water, too. I'm not a Hydro homie, but I do simp for water. I simp for water more than I simp for tea, honestly. And I like tea. Like, sometimes, as good as tea is, it is still a flavored drink. Sometimes you don't want a flavored drink. Sometimes you just want some goddamn water. And nothing else is gonna do. Tea is not gonna satisfy you. I've had that moment too, where my wife will just offer me a glass of tea, and I'm like, instead of tea, hear me out. I just want the stuff that you make tea out of by itself. Give me pre-tea. Serenity's good. Oh god, I have the hiccups now. That had better be temporary. My hiccups are super annoying. Like, I will mute my mic. Kind of annoying. If you were a palace Ninky Nanka, what would you do? Would you shoot weird-ass water balls at me and not protect your young well? If you were a palace Ninky Nanka, would you leave your children to be murdered by me? Goodbye. I'm sorry. Little Nankas, you did nothing wrong. Except for be experience for me. I'll pop a steel. Happy to have it. I feel like I'll use more steel than I did on Machinist. Just like to survive medium floors. I keep talking about like what I'm gonna do on higher floors, and I think the highest I've gotten is to the floor 30 boss. So stupid. Looking a little too far ahead. Thanks for streaming. No, thank you for coming by and making my day a lot better. Streaming is always easier when I have friends coming to talk to me and allow me to have a conversation. So thank you for that. You have a pleasant evening and a pleasant dinner, and I will catch you later. Beloco, I don't like you, man. I don't like what you stand for. I don't like what you do. I like your mustache, but that's about it. But that's not going to get us anywhere, man. Verstone. Verstone is the super white magic. Gotcha. Alright, so now we have the full rotation. Outside of the extra melee abilities. Ow. It's a Pomander side. I can't even use the damn thing. I can't use my potions either. It's actually a little scary. I just realized what kind of floor this was, and I kind of hate it. Oh, what do we got? Alice Nanka. I shall strike you down in the name of me. Kyotis. passage is open. I do want to check this chest real quick. So let's check it out. Please don't. Thank you. Ah, good. Extra strength. I can't take them! No. I can't do it. I'm not allowed to do what I want to do. That frustrates me. It makes me very angry. Alright, we are in there. I just realized I don't really need to see my video preview, do I? I don't seem to be able to do anything about it though, so screw it. Oh, there we go. That's a lot better. Okay, just had to reposition some stuff on Streamlabs. Streamlabs. Repost. Repost. And build up our mana. So y'all are in your 28s. Good. All that over-leveling I did is starting to come to fruition. Lusty Pomand. Okay, I'm glad that I did grab one. So we can use that on the boss, then switch out after we give it the Vuln stacks. I wish I had realized that that was, like, a thing that I could quote-unquote do. That would have been a lot better to have known. You know, maybe if I actually did my research, instead of just complaining, we wouldn't have had this issue. Believe me, the irony is not lost. Serenity is good. I'd love to have some extra Serenities for when I hit, like, Gloom floors. Slow sucks. It won't be on for very long, though. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not, witching. I didn't like that, but I didn't really have a choice, not gonna lie. That was very scary. That was my fault for just kind of running around like nothing could defeat me anymore. In case you were not paying attention, I could easily be defeated. My defeat was very possible. Alright, cool. Got out of it. Not punished. I'm punished a little bit. I lost a witching, right? But in the grand scheme of things, it's not too bad. I actually don't mind grinding up extra XP on some of these on the way, just because Red Mage kills them so fast. Alright, let's move to floor 18. I'm just gonna kill this Morble. I'm gonna leave the Boloko alone if I can help it. I think I'm gonna get him. He might have gone away, but I'm just gonna kill him at this point. Alright. More XP for the XP dog. Ready? Blue chest, don't care. Boloko. Hello, Boloko. Excuse me. I'm not bored. I had 3 hours of sleep last night, and then had a 30 to 40 minute nap. So I'm just a little overly sleepy, really. It's okay though. I am otherwise okay. Ah, go to witching to make up for the. God damn it! I'll stand here. See if I don't. I will straight up stand here. Okay, 10 seconds should be good enough. Nanka! Boom jams. Alright, cool. That opened it up. We're just gonna head back and leave. Don't know what to say. It's just traps everywhere. Oh well. What do we got now? Bring it on! Let's go! Safety's good. There we go. What's happening? Oh, it just took me. Okay. Boss time. Let's lust. Get the stacks on there, and then switch back off. Two. 3, 4. Where's that at? Am I having connection issues? I think I'm having connection issues.